I saw you when you almost gave up, not just when you cried, but when you got quiet. When you smiled in front of others, but felt empty behind closed doors. When you told yourself, maybe this isn't for me. Maybe I'm not strong enough. Maybe it's over. But hear me, you were never meant to quit. I didn't bring you this far to leave you. I didn't rescue you from the pit just to watch you crawl back into one. I didn't fill you with my spirit so you could live defeated, exhausted, and afraid. You think giving up will make the pain stop, but giving up is exactly what the enemy wants. Because he knows what's inside you. He sees the seed of greatness I planted. And if he can get you to walk away before it grows, he wins. But I didn't make you a quitter. I made you a conqueror. You may feel tired, but you're not finished. You may feel broken, but you're not beyond repair. You may feel like you've failed, but I'm still writing your story. And I never end stories in ashes. I end them in glory. So listen closely. This is not just encouragement. This is a rescue mission. I'm pulling you out of despair. I'm breathing life into the places you buried. I'm calling you to stand up again. Not in your strength, but in mine. You don't have to have it all figured out. You don't have to feel strong. You just have to hold on. Because I'm still with you. And I'm not done. I know you're tired. Tired of waiting. Tired of fighting. Tired of holding it all together with a threadbare smile and a heart that's been bleeding silently. But listen, I never asked you to be strong without me. I only asked you to trust me when you're weak. Isaiah 40:29 says, I give strength to the weary and power to the faint. I never rebuke you for collapsing. I catch you when you fall. You think your exhaustion disqualifies you, but it's proof that you've been pressing forward when most would have turned back. And that's why I'm proud of you even now. I didn't promise you an easy journey, but I did promise you my presence, and my presence carries power. When you walk, I will renew you. When you stumble, I will steady you. When you feel like quitting, I will whisper, keep going. I'm still here. You're not weak. You're just wounded. You're not broken. You're becoming. And the weight you carry, it's not punishment. It's preparation. So rest in me, not to escape, but to recover. I'm not asking you to fake strength. I'm asking you to receive mine. You don't need to push harder. You need to lean deeper. Because when your strength runs out, mine takes over, and I will carry you until you can stand again. You don't even realize how close you are. That's why the battle has been so intense. That's why your mind has been under attack. That's why the pressure has felt unbearable. Because hell knows what heaven is about to do in your life. The enemy doesn't fight you for where you are. He fights you for where you're going. He doesn't fear your past. He fears your future. He's terrified of what will happen if you don't quit. If you keep praying, if you keep showing up, if you keep believing me, despite what you see, so he lies. He whispers things like, it's not working. God forgot you. You missed your moment. You'll never get free. But lies only get loud when the truth is near. Galatians 6:9 says, let us not grow weary in doing good, for in due time we shall reap. If we do not give up, do you hear me? If you don't give up, the enemy wants you to back down one step before the chains break, one day before the door opens, one moment before the miracle shows up. But I'm telling you, don't stop now. You've been planting seeds in faith, watering them with tears, guarding them through storms. And even though you haven't seen the fruit yet, it's growing. Breakthrough is on the other side of obedience. So hold your ground, sharpen your sword, and fix your eyes on me, because I don't just call you to fight, I fight with you. And the enemy has already lost. You think I said no, but what I really said was not yet. You cried, God, why the delay? And I answered, because I'm preparing something better than you asked for. I'm not denying you. I'm developing you. Because if I gave you what you wanted when you first asked, it would have crushed you. But now I'm building the strength, the character, the faith, and the wisdom it takes to carry the blessing without losing your soul. Lazarus was dead 4 days. Everyone thought it was too late, but I showed up, and my delay became a stage for glory. You're not late. You're right on schedule for what I've written for your life. Isaiah 60:22 says, "When the time is right, I, the Lord, will make it happen. Not a second too early. Not a second too late. You wanted it fast. I'm doing it right. I don't rush greatness. I don't bless impatience. I'm not trying to impress you with speed. I'm trying to transform you through process. So stop interpreting silence as absence. I'm still moving, still working, still orchestrating the pieces you don't even see yet. Don't walk away just because it hasn't happened yet. The wait is holy. The delay is strategic. The promise is still alive, and I always finish what I start." You keep asking, why did I have to go through that? But what you don't realize is, your pain wasn't pointless. It was preparation. Nothing you've walked through is wasted. Not the betrayal, not the loss, not the heartbreak, not even the failure you don't talk about. I've seen every tear, and I've collected every piece. And now, I'm building something eternal with it. Romans 8:28 wasn't a suggestion. It's a promise. I cause all things to work together for the good of those who love me and are called according to my purpose. Did you hear that? All things. Even the thing that broke you. Even the storm that tried to drown you. Even the fire that left scars on your soul. What the enemy meant to destroy you, I'm using to develop you. Joseph was thrown into a pit, sold, lied on, forgotten in prison, but none of it stopped my plan. In fact, all of it positioned him for the palace. And the same is true for you. Don't curse what I'm using to crown you. Don't resent what I'm using to reveal your real identity. Your greatest pain is the soil where your purpose is going to grow. And when others look at you, they won't just see survival, they'll see a testimony that shouts, "God was with me the whole time." So don't give up, because what hurt you yesterday is about to help someone else tomorrow. You've been walking like you're disqualified, like you missed your chance, like your scars make you unworthy of the call I placed on your life. But listen closely. I saw every mistake, and I still chose you. Before the pain, I picked you. Before the failure, I formed you. Before anyone ever counted you out, I called you by name. You think I'm surprised by your weakness? No, I already factored it in. I don't call the flawless. I call the willing. I don't use the perfect. I use the surrendered. Look at Scripture. Moses had a stutter, but I used him to speak to kings. David fell, but I still called him a man after my own heart. Peter denied me 3 times, and still preached the first sermon of the church. Scars don't disqualify you. Pride does. And you've been humbled, haven't you? You've learned to lean on me. That's what I wanted all along. You're not too broken for me. You're exactly the kind of person I use to shake the earth. So stop hiding. Stop shrinking. Stop believing the lie that your past makes you unusable. I didn't remove you from the story. I've been rewriting it with grace, and I'm not finished. I heard you the first time. The moment you whispered that desperate prayer, the one with no fancy words, just raw pain. I was listening, and not only did I hear you, I kept it. Revelation 5:8 says, "Your prayers are like incense, stored in golden bowls in heaven." I don't throw away your cries. I treasure them. But just because you haven't seen the answer yet, doesn't mean I said no. Sometimes my silence is strategy. I'm not ignoring you. I'm building something eternal through your faith. You think I'm slow to respond, but I'm not slow. I'm sovereign. I've been answering in ways you don't even see, protecting you from things you begged me for, delaying the door until your character could carry the weight, sending provision before you even asked for it. See, you're focused on the result, but I'm focused on your heart. And right now, I'm strengthening you to receive the very thing you asked for, so you don't destroy it when it finally comes. Don't think your tears went unnoticed. I counted every one. Don't believe the enemy when he says your prayers didn't matter, because what you prayed in pain, I'm about to answer in power. And when the breakthrough comes, you'll remember it started with a whisper. You're right at the edge, the part where it feels the hardest. That's how you know you're near. Hell doesn't attack what isn't a threat, and you've become a serious threat. You keep saying, I can't take another step. But let me ask you this. What if the next step is the one that shifts everything? Hebrews 10:36 says, you need to persevere so that after you have done the will of God, you will receive what He has promised. Did you catch that? You're not waiting for me to show up. I'm waiting for you to keep going. The finish line is hidden behind fatigue, resistance, and fear. But once you break through that barrier, you'll see, I never left. I was strengthening you the whole way. The enemy wants you to sit down right before the reward. He wants you to trade your crown for comfort. But I'm calling you to endure. Because what I promised is still coming. Because what you started in faith will not end in failure. Keep walking. You're not going in circles. You're going through fire. And on the other side of that fire is glory. Don't stop now. You're closer than you think. I know what happened. I know the part you wish you could erase. The chapter you don't talk about. The choice you regret. The wound that still bleeds when no one's watching. But hear me clearly. Your past is not your prison. And your story isn't over. You think because you messed up, the rest of your life has to be damaged. But I don't recycle shame. I resurrect purpose. Isaiah 43:18-19 says, forget the former things, do not dwell on the past. See, I am doing a new thing. Did you hear that? A new thing. Not a modified version of your failure. Not a replay of your trauma. A fresh, holy, supernatural beginning. I'm not repeating the cycle. I'm breaking it. I'm not punishing you. I'm positioning you. You think you've gone too far, but you're exactly where my grace begins to shine brightest. When the world saw a woman caught in adultery, I saw a daughter worth saving. When others saw Saul the persecutor, I saw Paul the preacher. And when people look at you, they may see mistakes, but I see a testimony in the making. So stop letting the past narrate your future. What happened doesn't define you. What I'm doing now does. And I'm not writing a tragedy. I'm writing a triumph. I know it doesn't make sense. I know you're staring at pieces that don't seem to fit. You're trying to map out what I'm doing with logic and timelines. But I need you to hear me. You don't need to understand everything. I need you to trust me through everything. Proverbs 3:5 says, trust in the Lord with all your heart, and lean not on your own understanding. That means there will be moments when faith has to carry what your mind cannot. You're looking for clarity. I'm developing confidence. You want control. I want surrender. Because if you only follow me when it makes sense, you're not following me. You're following your own reasoning. But I'm not asking you to walk by sight. I'm calling you to walk by faith. And even when it feels like I'm silent, I'm still leading. Even when doors close, I'm still guiding. Even when you can't trace my hand, you can trust my heart. I've never failed you. I won't start now. So breathe. You don't need all the answers. You just need to keep saying yes. Because trust is the bridge between your now and my promise. And I will never let it collapse beneath your feet. You think it's over. You look at your life, the broken places, the delays, the dreams that feel too far gone, and you wonder, is this it? But I'm telling you right now, it's not over. Philippians 1:6 says, he who began a good work in you will carry it on to completion until the day of Christ Jesus. Did you catch that? I didn't start something in you just to leave it half finished. I didn't light a fire in your soul just to let it burn out. I'm not done. Not with your calling. Not with your purpose. Not with your healing. Not with your story. You see ashes. I see the foundation for something new. You see delay. I see divine timing. You see failure. I see raw material for a miracle. The enemy wants to convince you that you've missed your chance. But I never consult your past to decide your future. And I never start something I don't intend to finish. That stirring in your heart, that quiet fire you feel deep down, even when everything else is cold. That's me. Reminding you I'm still here, still writing, still working, still shaping. So pick your head up. The author hasn't closed the book. And the next chapter? It's the one where everything changes. You were never meant to quit. You were never called to surrender to fear, to pain, or to the whispers of the enemy. You were called to endure, to rise, to believe. You don't need to have all the answers. You just need to know one thing. I'm still with you. You're not buried. You're being planted. You're not stuck. You're being strengthened. You're not finished. You're being refined. Your tears have watered the soil. Your prayers have prepared the ground. And what I'm about to grow in your life will be undeniable. The enemy thought he had you, but I held you. The world thought you were done, but I'm just getting started. You thought it was over, but this is the middle of a miracle. So breathe again, stand again, dream again, fight again, because the same Spirit that raised Jesus from the dead lives in you. And I don't lose battles. You will rise, you will overcome, and you will finish. Because I'm finishing it with you. Never give up. I never gave up on you.